I dream about the work. I don't so much dream about the brown carpet or the red one. I'm not immune to wanting to have an evening like we're having right now, but it doesn't guide me. The thing that it does is this idea that I have a story that I want to share, that I'm going to share, and so every detail that goes into it becomes really important to me for the experience of an audience. I love the relationship I have with people and the movie business.
Kevin, straight ahead, Kevin!
Everybody straight ahead, please!
Kevin, straight ahead, Kevin! Kevin, straight ahead, Kevin!
Guys, everybody right here!
Kevin, Mr. Costner, straight ahead!
The reason they came was the script was fabulous. Maybe they came a little bit for me, I don't know, but I do know that they brought their considerable talent, and we shot in places that are just so beautiful, and I can't wait for people to find it, see it, and share it.
Gentlemen. And gentlemen! Straight ahead,
Kevin, look right here, please.
What happened out there was a migration that held a promise for people that if they were strong enough and tough enough, they could keep what they were willing to fight for. The other problem, though, there was people that had been here for 15,000 years, and there was a clash. And I think that we're kind of numb to what the clash was, and so I like to revisit it. There's something authentic about it, and when you invest in behavior, real honest behavior, not just black hat, white hat, I think you can come up with incredible drama.
Right here, Sienna. Look to your right a little bit. Look to your right. To your right. To your right, Sienna. Sienna, right here. One time. Beautiful. Sienna, far right. Sienna, beautiful smile. Straight ahead, Sienna.
Any time spent with Kevin Costner is exciting. And yeah, this has been such a labor of love. It's been such a journey for him. Years in the making. The fact that it's come to fruition and that we're here is a miracle, and I'm so proud. He's the most sensitive, sort of technically brilliant person. He's got a huge heart, incredibly kind. He understands being an actor and what an actor needs, so he can do both exceptionally well. And I felt like his vision was completely clear. He knew exactly what this was. He had it in his head. It's a fascinating story. It's also incredibly cinematic. I think people can expect to be taken on a real journey. You have to sit back and luxuriate in this tale that unfolds over time. The first one is really laying the foundations for number 2, where it all starts to come together.
I think Kevin, makes Americana movies, westerns, baseball movies. He was in JFK. He was Elliot Ness taking down Al Capone, 13 Days with the Kennedys. So he loves telling stories about the moral center of America, and this is another one of those. This is the best part of making a movie, I think, when you hand it over to an audience.
Abby, straight ahead, Abby. You're right, Abby. Look right.
It just feels amazing. There's a lot of people here that I haven't even met before. To sort of do this thing with this huge cog of people and all come together to celebrate the film just feels exciting, and I feel a bit giddy. There's something for everybody in it. There's children, there's women, there's older, there's action, there's love, there's a lesson in there. There's just a lot going on in the one film, so I think there's just something for everyone. He's amazing. He's like a 10-year-old. He's running around set with all this energy and on a horse, and he has so much passion, and he's really smart, and he has a lot of patience, and he's very kind. But mostly the thing that I remember most is just his energy. He was just buzzing around and so excited and thrilled to be working. He just loves actors, so he just loved being there.
Looking good, Luke.
Thank you. Look right ahead, Luke.
It's very exciting. I mean, we had the world premiere at the Cannes Film Festival, which was really cool. But to be right here in Los Angeles, California, in the United States, pretty thrilling. I got my mom here and a couple friends from Texas, and I'm excited about tonight. I'm just trying to keep a lid on it. He's an incredible director. I mean, he's kind of got that Clint Eastwood kind of Steve McQueen aspect to him, but he's a really thoughtful director, and he just gave very very interesting direction to me. And, you know, it's not often that or ever that I've been directed by a guy where he's giving me direction. I'm thinking, this guy could do the role better than I could. It's never happened to me before, but certainly pretty cool to be in a scene with him too while he's directing. Why it's important to him, I just think he's into storytelling, and you know, he talks about growing up and being a dreamer, and you know, growing up here in California and hunting and fishing, and I think he just kind of loves the story of the West and how people got there, and he's aware of, you know, the terrible tragedies that happened with westward expansion, and he's very sensitive to that.
Ella, straight ahead.
Ella, straight ahead, Ella. Ella, right side.
Ella, he got it. Ella.
I've heard that before.
He's incredibly tender. He has a generosity of spirit and a way of imbuing his belief across everybody working in the film. And he's also incredibly meticulous physically, which was not something I've ever witnessed before. He's able to track like 50 moving storylines at the same time, and within each like insist on a level of detail that is like at times shocking. Like I've been saying that he's kind of the Bob Fosse of Westerns. Sometimes it feels like coming on set and learning an elaborate dance routine. Like he'll have you packing up a wagon and kitting up a horse and tying this crazy knot that you've never done before. It was a brain game working with him, and he's just amazing. I have nothing bad to say about Kevin. I just love him.
There you go. Looking good. I saw a smile.
And back to the right one time.
It's unbelievable. You know, I'm really blown away. Super grateful and excited to be here, not only with Kevin, but, you know, this is just amazing cast all around. Yeah, I was really happy and proud to be speaking the White Mountain Apache language and featuring it, you know, in this film, and for everybody to see it and hear it globally, all over the world. And not only for everybody all over the world, but especially for the Apache Nation, for the White Mountain Apache Nation, and all tribes, you know, to see the language spoken on the big screen. It's going to be a beautiful thing, and I'm excited for the young kids out there who are learning their language and you know, trying to keep their culture and traditions and languages and songs alive. It's a beautiful thing. It's real important because it's a real American history, and it was a gritty and raw time in our history, and you know, it was a hard time for Native people, for Indigenous people, and for everyone during that time who was, you know, kind of trying to just stay alive and keep their own lands and territories that they had or were trying to protect.
Not yet. One more time this way, right here.
One more time, young man, right here.
Oh, you're very kind.
And look at what's younger than me.
He is a great director, and he is a great person, great actor. I mean, you know, we, as you know, we worked together way in the day back in JFK, and you know, he was a lovely man then. He's still a lovely guy, and he works hard. And as the actor, there's a scene where he's digging in the sand, and he's actually digging in the sand. It's like 98 degrees in Utah, and the sun is beating down, and I'm on my horse looking down, watching him, and I'm exhausted. And I cannot believe that he's doing this. Every take, it was just unbelievable. Well, it should be important to all of us, even not whether you're a moviegoer or not, because this is our history. All right, these people are our ancestors. To be able to tell the story in a film, it's been needed for a long time, and I think Kevin's had it in his mind for a long time.
So as an actor being directed by Mr. Costner, it's a special thing. I didn't know what to expect, and then watching him before my turn, and then while I was on the scene opposite another actor and he directed me, I felt like he just knew perfectly what he wanted. And for me, I like a specificity. So the more he can tell me, Alejandro, turn right. Alejandro, take off your hat. Now blink. All right, we got it. And I was like, perfect. That's great. How great when a director who is an actor knows beat by beat every moment. So for me, it was a blessing. I really enjoyed it. I love to work like that. And yeah, I mean, it's Mr. Costner. I love him.
Georgia, straight ahead.
Looking this way, Georgia. Looking this way.
Georgia, right next to him. Right over here. Georgia, this way.
Oh my gosh, it's unreal. I mean, out of body experience. Being in this movie with such an amazing director, it's just an experience that I never thought I would be able to get to, live through. And it's just, anything more than I can imagine. Oh my gosh, working with him was absolutely phenomenal. I knew that he would be the expert storyteller and the real professional that everyone said he was, but what I didn't know is that he would be such an authentic, down-to-earth director, He really wanted to hear our ideas for the character and for the scenes, and it, really felt like a real collaboration, which I was really grateful for. This is a part of history that not many people know about, in the 1860s, this was a huge thing that was happening in the West, and I think it's a really important story that needs to be told, and even though it's tragic, it's also beautiful, and it's really important that everyone needs to hear it, I think.
It's very exciting. I can't wait to see how many of the cast have turned up because there's like 170 speaking parts. I wonder if we're going to do a cast photo on the red carpet because I don't know if we could. They would need like a fisheye lens or something. Kevin's obviously won awards for his directing in the past. And with this material especially, he's been working on this for like 40 years, so he knows this better than anyone else. So as an actor, just listen to what he says, basically. Just be on set. He knows it better than anyone else. You'll bring what you bring to it, but he knows, because especially since it's such a big project with multiple parts, he's the one that really has a handle on how it all comes together. So it's great to be on set with someone who has such a strong hand in the material, because you can just fall back and trust them. I think if you look back at the beginnings of America, it's the building blocks of this place and everyone who lives here. And I think it's really important to do that because it informs where we are today and what America's really about. Like, I'm an immigrant to this country and I just became an American, and I chime a lot with this story and with the feelings that the people had who came here. And I think it's important for us to remember that. Like, this is the only country in the world that is built on that foundation in that way. And I feel like sometimes people forget that, and I think that's what makes this country special. And still immigrants such as myself come to this country because of what it represents, and I think that's important to remember.
Now look back this way.
It means everything. I would follow this man into battle. That was the thing that I felt the most from reading the script and then from meeting him, is just this love that he has for this project and the love that he has for his actors as well. And you can't fault that. You really, really can't. So I'm just grateful to be here, to be an emissary and an envoy, and to support him in his amazing work. Gentle, kind, smart. He lets us kind of explore ourselves and our intuition, but then we'll also bring something new out of us too, which is what all good directors do. Kevin is a man of the earth. You've seen that in his movies for a really long time. He loves nature. He loves what this country's land is about, how it looks, how it feels to be here. And I love that too. I've spent time in Moab prior to shooting this and after shooting this. It's just, this place is really unlike anything else. It really, really is. And I think it's also important for him to show these stories from different perspectives, which I think is very important.